Romantic, I don't know what it's doing. It's not letting me post a link tonight for any reason whatsoever, even after going out and coming back. I can go up and click on it just like I have been doing, and it's not letting me share it. I don't know why. It's no use in having this on if it's not. There it went. That time it did it. That time it worked. I unplugged the headset and it worked. I don't know what's going on with that. So the link should be up now. The link should be on there now. It pops up or says YouTube rejected your comment. This is fairly common when sharing the link. You may need to share the link another way. And then after I took the headset off and unplugged it, the link came up on the screen. So it is on there now. I hope you guys can see it. There's romantic. Come on, pop up her. There, finally.
What's up?
I had the arrow off of where you and go back and click it again to get it to pop up.
Yeah. What?
I caught myself.
I'll be right back. Just got a little boo boo.
How do
Right.
I stop it?
I'll be right back. Give me
How
one
do I
second.
stop it?
You don't stop it. It just stops itself. Platelets rush to the top of your paw. And it'll go like, stop.
Take care of the boo boo.
Nope. It's a little bit of blood.
Hello. Yeah, it's working.
It only hurts because your brain
Be back in a minute. Funny finger.
Your mind's going, oh, there's blood there, it hurts. It doesn't hurt, dude. You know what? Look. That hurt. Sissy, cut it out. Yeah, hey. And you know what helps when it stops bleeding? Get your ass back to work. You're fine. What?
That ain't the first time I heard that.
Got more blood on me than you got on you. Cut it out.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Missy. Whoop, whoop. Finally, now you're a real scrapper. Golly.
Oh, little one, it's too
Sorry
far
about
from your
that.
heart to kill you.
She cut her finger on a piece of copper wire. She's freaking out, man. I got more blood on me than she got on her.
That's an everyday occurrence.
Yeah. She ain't never been cut, so.
Oh,
Yeah. Freaking out, man.
well, tell her, say, if you ever want to be dad's helper, you need to learn to get by that stuff.
Oh, she's the only one that does. The boy, that ain't happening. I'm gonna pop this chat back up because I done kick some people's asses out of here.
Well, we got any problems? I
There
don't see anybody.
There was, but I took care of it. Shut it out. Your brother's gonna start crying.
Scrapping Irish, hello. Shouldn't you be in bed by now, old man?
Yeah, he should be, but he's having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting here getting bored.
Let's see him take a bite. Give me. I'm hungry. The blood makes the green grass grow. What's up, Gulf Coast? Scrapping Irish, Estonian. How y'all doing, man? And then that crazy guy, Romantic, he's in here. See you, Scrapping. What up, buddy? Sorry about that. Kid was
and the
tripping.
weirdos running the stream.
There you go. What's up, man?
Oh, just sitting here in this room going nuts.
Yeah.
Too cold outside to do nothing.
Listen, if you get stuck like that again, all you have to do is click the share button once. I know you're not. It'll copy it. Copy your link. You can send it to me in Messenger. I can post your link again. Watch, I'll show you.
I don't have Messenger on my laptop.
Well, you could pop StreamYards up on your phone. Copy the link. Then, see, I just did it for you.
All right. Well,
in case mods didn't know they could do that, y'all could do that.
I was seriously trying to figure it out on my own so I'd know what to do the next time.
Yeah. Oh, you're good, man. And someone can't, let you figure something out. Then.
I even forgot how to make mods on here.
You gotta go to the YouTube side or use your phone. Go into your chat on the YouTube side. Use the 3 little dots beside their comments. I ain't really told nobody this, but I've been watching people on YouTube since YouTube came out. I had a gaming channel a long time ago. Ain't for me. Get gaming stuff. I dick around now with it. But.
No, don't do it again.
You see that video I put out? That premiere I did?
Which one? The one with the dumpster?
Yeah.
I commented in?
That premiere I did. Uh-oh.
There we go. I got turned down now.
You're good. It's probably one of my highest grossing ones, man. It's the watch time on it's killing. And we'll be asleep soon. It's watch time. Yeah, Scrapping Irish. Hey, make sure when you can probably do it as you roll. If you can move your mouse around and stuff, go to your studio and then go to your live streams and put this in a list with your live streams because people like Scrapping Irish, which is awesome. They'll fall asleep listening and it'll play all your live streams throughout the night and it'll hook you up with some watch time that way. I'm not saying people have to, but he did that to me the other night and I ended up with like 7 hours or something like that for no reason. I'm like, I didn't even put nothing out. And I'm going through my videos trying to figure out where the hell, did one of them get a few more views, because I look at my stuff. What's up, David? How you doing, buddy? It was him. He fell asleep and I had already clicked it and saved it to a playlist. I always do that before I open something up. Like a premiere or a live stream.
Hey, Carlisle, hello.
It's a black one. Oh, it's my phone plug. I'm sitting sideways so the baby can't climb on me.
I clicked on her Scrapping Irish, a moderator, and Estonian scrapper. I don't know if it'll pop up next time they take him. See you scrapping. Hello, sir.
Takes a few seconds sometimes. Back to work. You're not allowed bleeding. What, boy? Good God, I can't have you squawking in the background. Get up here.
Miss Canadian Scrapper.
Hey, Miss Canadian Scrapper.
You got that yard cleaned up yet, Miss Canadian Scrapper?
No, you're
Oh,
not
you've
getting
been
water.
working your butt off on it.
Oh. See you? See you right there?
Hi there.
Say hello. Hello. Phone call. Hello. Bye.
I got mine on. I got mine on. Yeah, I made a snap decision the other day, and they had them at Walmart for $23.
Yeah. I picked up a really nice pair, and I was going crazy on some cords. Oh, really? And I didn't know. I cut right through them. I looked. I was like, "Oh crap! Those are like $60." Yeah. Cut right through them, man.
I done that one time. I was trying to test a laptop and didn't realize I had a bunch of cords later. And I started cutting the cords while I was trying to see if it would work. And I used the side cutters and cut through the cord that was plugged in.
I picked up 2 bags of Christmas tree lights tonight. They were heavy too, big bags.
I got some of the ones with the old-fashioned glass bulbs, but they're the bigger bulbs. I got looking at it, and all the wires on it's all got like cracks all the way through it. So I started taking the bulbs out, throwing the bulbs in a bucket, and taking and throwing the wire in a container.
No, you're not gonna play with the keyboard. Silly.
But I got looking at all the bottoms of the bulbs they screw in, and all of them are brass. Dad, you're going to have to pick him up one of them little kids' computers. It's got the Sesame Street things that where you push the buttons.
I'll get the iPhone out. He'll be pushing a circle. He knows how to turn them on already.
Well, they watch us when we do it.
Yeah. Well, we kind of showed them, so. Oh no, you can't walk up there, boys. Nope. No, you're not getting that. Stop. I'll put you back on the bed. You're gonna get mad at me. Okay, show stealer.
That's good, Miss Canadian Scrapper. You got your nephew helping you. I see you still got a lot of stuff scattered out there. I've pretty much got rid of everything except for what I have on the trailer.
So be right back. Not gonna do nothing. Knuckles.
Snack time.
All the time.
Dad made his chili tonight.
Oh yeah. How was
I
that?
ate 2 bowls of it, waited a half an hour, and took some antacids.
Yeah. Oh, I had it bad. I actually stopped and got some Pepto today. I was feeling sick all day. I don't know what it was, but I got some of that stuff. I drank half that bottle. I haven't stopped shitting since. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it wasn't that. It's the heartburn from his homemade chili seasoning.
Oh no, I'm saying I was feeling horrible today, but I had to get out and do something though. You know what I mean?
I picked up a washer, dryer, a dishwasher, then had to drive out across a muddy pasture to pick up another washing machine that was out there sitting on a skid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so now My truck looks like I went mudding.
Need to find like a washer dryer guy that'll buy those from you and fix them and sell them, or figure out how to fix them and sell them. That'd be nice too.
The
Estonian
worst-
scrappers in the basement.
See, it pops up. Got it clicked.
We're gonna get you at.
There we go.
What up?
There he is. Let's see.
Hello.
There you go. I was about to say it. I was waiting. I knew you'd
Yep.
get it.
Well, with me, I got to use my bifocals to look at all the different little setups.
What'd you
I
say? I
don't
didn't
do
hear you.
Yeah. That line goes right here.
Yeah. It's right around where all the speckle marks are from splashes and stuff. Because I'm always looking down below my glasses because I can't see up close without that, you know?
Oh, mine's got the grinding marks. The grinder
Yeah.
spark marks.
All that stuff.
This is how Dad feels when he doesn't know.
Is this how Dad feels when he gets hurt? No, I feel worse.
I hate my life.
She's alright. She's never had that happen, huh?
No.
First time for everything. Wait till she gets a broken bone.
My little nephew, when he was little, he got a little cut on his finger, and he took and sat there, cried, didn't hardly even bleed. And the next day, I took and got my finger, cut my finger with a utility knife.
Yeah.
I reached over, grabbed the alcohol, poured alcohol on it, took and moved my hand back and forth a couple of times. Took and wiped it off, went back to work. He says, "That stuff must work good. Put some on my finger."
Mm-hmm.
I did. He said, "It burns, it burns, it burns." I said, "Blow on it and it'll go away."
What's up, Dan?
I-
He's in the
Stony-
basement waiting.
Stonian, what are you tearing apart?
I have a Pentium 2 PC tower here. I'm gonna scrap it a little bit.
I got an older one with a Windows 95 sticker on it downstairs. I thought about doing a what's inside video. They've all been done, but haven't been done recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have actually 3 of them. I'm gonna scrap only one, but the rest of the 2 I'm gonna, let them be intact. Maybe I'm gonna sell it at some point, or maybe.
Yeah.
If I had the money, I would send him that Apple that I got over that I haven't taken apart yet. See how much, have him do it on screen and see how much he cusses one of them.
I show that thing a 10 tread, man. Hell with that.
You'd be taking screws out for over 45 minutes just trying to get it apart. Big old aluminum Apple PC.
Well, I think that one's a server, isn't it? Did it have like the water cooler? Did it have a radiator? No.
It didn't have water cooler. It had a giant heat sink in it, almost half the size of the laptop.
Did you take the CPU chip out? Did it look funny?
Looked like a regular pinned
Oh,
CPU.
okay. Yeah, then it was just a tower then.
It had on the cylinder, but it said Apple home computer tower.
Yeah. Wait till you get one of their servers. Oh man. Got a little bit more room to work with, but
I mean, this thing here. I mean, every time I took a screw out, I was looking for 15 minutes for the next one because nothing would move.
right. So we're
I
going to
do have
good, man.
one of the all-in-one Macs over there that I haven't tore into yet.
Mm-mm. We're going to do a safety. We're going to have to do a safety video tomorrow. Oh, I'm not going to call nobody's name out, but if you read the comments, you'll see pure safety video of what not to do for sure, because we know from what experience, right?
Oh, sure.
You already saw it.
I have a phone call for.
Oh, yeah, it's a phone call real quick.
Hey, tell him I said hi. Hey, tell him I want pizza, extra anchovies. That's funny. That's how you do that. Oh man, yeah. At least it's not ribs, the wife says, because they it's like a party in your mouth.
I've got 2 racks of ribs in there in the freezer that I've been saving. What is that?
Well, I got your picture in the way. So
Here, just a minute.
it's a tarsal or a metatarsal.
Oh, trying to figure out how do they take you? Just pull up one big picture when I pull you up.
Oh, you just click on mine. You go to mine, and it'll have a little square box there. I think not the 3 dots. Don't boot me out, but and it just blows it up. On my actual picture in StreamYard, right below where it says add or remove, right there it is. Holy cow! I'm having a good hair day today, y'all. Here, let me show you all this picture. It's a good friend of mine. We're gonna have a whole seminar on this shit right here. Sorry about cussing, Bill.
You're fine. I'm not monetized. You can cuss out here all you want.
Well, it don't matter if you're
Ow!
monetized or not. You can cuss. You just, it's not,
Ow!
not something great in case of kids listening and stuff.
That looks like it hurt.
I didn't feel a thing. Wasn't me. That's what Shaggy said. Wasn't me.
Is it one of the scrappers I know?
Yeah, you know him. I think everybody knows him.
Okay. It wasn't Ian, was it? Because he's usually the one that ends up getting hurt.
No, it would have been smashed flat if it was Ian. Yeah. Which Ethereum mining software you use? Sorry about that.
Hey, if you got something you got to read on there, read it.
Well, it's someone asking about some crypto mining stuff.
I've actually gained a few friends this week.
Yeah, I gained a couple. I'm not mad about it. But you already know we've already been through this. You're not going to get paid with that AdSense unless hundreds thousands of people watch your videos, man. I'm not trying to be, sticking your dick in the dirt or nothing. It's just that's how it is.
The reason I'm not too seriously worried about it is because I live on disability, and if I get to where I make too much money, then it's going to hurt me instead of help me.
You got to be P. Diddy or one of them big YouTubers. Worry about that. By that time, if you're making that much, you ain't worried about no damn disability. I promise you that.
All right, now I'm getting it, but all it's doing is paying all the bills.
Someone bought a shirt, an orange shirt, the one with my logo on it, off of Teespring, and it's not showing me on there who bought it. But I'm gonna find out, you son of a gun. Speak up now. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna catch you slipping in the video. Just want to say thanks, whoever did that. You know what I mean? And don't worry, it's too small for you, Estonian.
Well, it's definitely too small for me then.
Yeah.
It has to have at least 2 X's.
I don't know. It's a girl size, so I don't know.
But yeah, if I'm going to
just call me an SOB, did you see that? Yeah, you might need a big toe. It's kind of what balances you when you're walking. You get really used to not having a big toe. You cut half that son of a bitch off. You're gonna have to get used to it.
I got a cousin-in-law that's got diabetes, and they just had to remove his.
Yeah,
because of his diabetes. Well, he sits in his house on the computer 24/7, playing games and stuff. sets and it eats entire bowls of macaroni and cheese, Pop Tarts, and all that stuff, and he wonders why his blood sugar's out of whack.
Yeah.
You can't eat like that as a diabetic.
Check out Estonian typing in the chat and on the phone. I'm gonna call him out. Hey, he typing in the chat if you're listening on his phone. I'm just letting you know. He's like, screw you, bro. I'm gonna mute you. Look at him. God damn, bro.
He's got an important phone call.
I like the ones where they're like, hey, I'll be right back. Let me mute this. And they hit the mute twice. Sitting there talking crap about everybody. Oh, I love those ones. I'm like, huh? Really, huh? I'll let them know for you.
They can talk about me all they want. I'm just me. And if they don't like me, they don't have to watch me.
Without haters, I don't have a fan club. I'm fine with that.
I did do one thing, Ro, that you're probably going to yell at me about.
I ain't going to yell at you. You're grown.
I needed the dang space. I took all of the TV boards and everything to the junkyard with me.
Did you get
to dispose of them to get rid of them. Yeah, they were all low-grade boards.
Okay. I ain't mad at you. Shoot, man.
I kept all my ones with the gold teeth on it, the pins and all that stuff are still over there stacked in boxes. And I took all the low-grade TV boards and stuff and just threw them in the back of my truck and took them over there.
I need to get some nitric. I don't feel like paying for it, man. You know how we are. We want to get stuff free because we can't afford it for one. For two, I don't want to pay that amount for it, like $68 for a liter. No, man. So won't be refining until then. I don't know if I'm gonna make refining videos because it's really outside of the niche if you think about it, because I scrap. And I've gone outside my niche, with the live streams and trying to help people, but people don't want to listen. Now all of a sudden everybody's saying the same stuff.
Either way, you're still recycling.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother category. I might just start another channel on it. I don't know.
The one thing I would like to get into, I've been watching a lot of the guys that melt the metals and stuff down. If I melted every bit of copper I had for 10 years, I'd probably have one heck of a load.
Let me tell y'all something. Somebody made a comment on one of my videos, which is it's a fact. I've already read it, and I'm glad they mentioned it because I forgot all about it already. Like 2.5% of all cars on the road right now. I mean, all cars on the road that are electric are only 2.5% at the moment. When the electric cars reach 5%, the copper mines will be nullified. They'll be empty. They'll be all drained. There will be no more copper in the ground. So, treat your fellow scrappers with respect. That's all I can say, because who you think they're going to turn to? There's people out there that don't know how to tear stuff apart and don't want to learn to. I'm just saying. I don't know nothing though.
A lot of the cars I take in, I rip the wiring harnesses out of them and put them in a barrel over to garage.
I don't know, man. I get too good a price to work. I'm sorry, dude. I don't do that. But that's a good idea, though. Yeah.
Because there's some of them wires in there are pretty heavy gauge.
Yeah.
That comes off the starter to. But over here, the junkyard over here told me if I brought wiring harnesses over, and all I have to do is take them out, throw them in a barrel. When I get a bunch of them and bring them over, that they'll give me a different price for the wiring harnesses because you get more materials in it.
Yeah, the percentage is a lot better. Just like Cat 5, people don't understand why Cat 5 pays so well. It's because of the percentage of copper versus the junk around it. Now, if you were slick enough and you found the yard that worked for you, you take that outer sheath off as well and just give them that thin wire. Because it's just like high-grade wire. It's the same thing. Same thing. That's why they're giving you $1.10, or if they're not, they're getting over on you. You know, $1.15, I think, up here. Over here, I should say.
When I didn't have anything else to do, you remember the old telephone wire that was stiff?
Yeah.
I had bunches of that, and I sat and cut the outside off of them and stripped it all down. I put it in a bucket. I mean, it was time consuming, but I had nothing else to do at the time, so I just went ahead and did it. And I still ended up with a coffee can mashed down. It was completely full.
Hey, them vacuum cleaners, man. Cut that cord, pull the motor. Pull the motor, man. I mean, you already got it. Even if you have to take that thing, man, walk around backwards, a pad of concrete, and slam it off the ground, you're going to get that motor out faster. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be faster that way. If you don't want to make a mess, take it out. Take it out.
That's why I also go to Harbor Freight and buy them safety screw kits so I can get down there, because there's one screw there that's got like a flathead screwdriver with a slot in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing will fit down in there. And you can take out one screw out without having to beat it to death.
Yeah.
And
I got a vacuum in the back of the truck right now. I'm cleaning the whole thing.
They may be nasty, but the carpet cleaners have 2 to 3 motors in them because of the pumps.
Here's the thing. Even if the motor has aluminum windings in it, you're getting motor price for it. Okay. Now, if it has a metal pole on it and it has the wheels, and, you know, the wheels have the little metal track that goes across connect to the other wheel, or even if it don't, if it has any bit of metal in there, you just take the bagger off, throw that in 10 shred, because they're already getting you. And the percentage, I don't know about in Florida, but the percentage here is well over what the metal weighs. So as long as it has metal on it. Now, if it don't have the metal on it, whatever, don't listen to what I'm saying. Take that motor out and get your motor price, because that's going to go up whether it's aluminum or copper or not on a minimum. And if you want to dive into it, get your copper out of there, you know.
The yard that I've been going to in Indiana, they said they'll allow one vacuum on each load.
That's crazy.
But if I take the screws out of it, take the motor out of it, and pull the wire out through the handle, and then I can throw the rest of the vacuum on this load of shred and still get rid of the vacuum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. 10 shred that, because listen, you think those big companies that buy that 10 shred, you think they don't have a plastic recycler that they get a little bit of money? It ain't a lot. They get a little bit of money on the side for that plastic and stuff, and they get paid for every bit they get. I guarantee you that. I'm from Ohio originally, which is in Steubenville, Ohio, is one of the biggest blast furnaces. It's actually the only operating blast furnace right now in the United States. And they smelt steel. And Pittsburgh Steel used to own it at one time. Now I think it's Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel, or is it Tri-Valley Steel? But that's who's buying it. And it's a impoverished city. They're not buying from their own city. Their own city, some kind of regulation that they can't buy local, just like something that has to do with coal people from up north. They send their coal a certain way, and then everybody else sends their coal up north. I don't understand that. And everybody says, oh, it burns finer. No. It's some kind of stipulation. I guarantee you that's what it is, because I was told that. Now, with that being said, the reason prices are going to go up is not just because the copper mine's not producing as well. It's because the economy and prices are going to go up, and everybody isn't really going to see this. But right now, fuel is actually inching its way up very slowly. Very slowly. It's going to get right back to where it was. So they're going to have to keep the prices of your checks are going to go up. You know, if you work a regular job, it's going to have to. There's got to be some kind of equilibrium between the market. You're either going to stay poor or stay rich, or damn try to be in between. That's just how it always is going to be.
When you live on disability, they call it a cost of living raise.
Yeah.
The cost of living raise every year is about $2 to $3 on your check. And then they take and charge you another $2 to $3 on your insurance. So you're not making nothing. You're not gaining nothing. They're giving you the money and then taking it back.
They're pulling a trick over here, and this is where you're staring at, bro. People don't realize that, man. Yeah, you got to – it's like if you don't call around, whether – Bill, I understand you only got like a yard here, and you got to travel for another yard. If you're going to travel for that other yard for them good prices, why not call a few more other places? Make that extra 20-minute trip if they're going to pay you big. I always say in my video, listen, if you don't know another yard, it's because you're not looking. Okay, I tell everybody that. I'm not being a dick. I'm being honest. There's a difference. And if you're not looking around for a better price, you're either A, lazy, or 2, no one's ever taught you. I'm not going to call you stupid. No one's ever taught you.
I know of 6 in my area and 2 the same guy owns, which makes sure that the same prices are at both yards.
Oh, we got that on lockdown, huh?
And one of them, I went down there one time. They went through my truck with a fine tooth comb, and they found one piece of aluminum that was stuck on a piece of steel, and wanted to deduct the shred load because I had aluminum and steel mixed together.
Tell them, throw it all back in there. I'll roll out. Put extra in. You didn't put
I
enough
did.
in.
I said, fine. I said, I'll take it somewhere else.
Yep.
And I never went back there.
That's right.
I don't like driving down the main street of town and pulling in the junkyard right in the middle of a town anyway.
I took my copper number 1 in. It was elbows. They were all dirty and greasy. This guy said, that's copper number 2 because it's dirty. I said, that's copper number 1, fool, because that's what I get paid for. If you don't like it, I'll roll out right now. Better believe he took my 2 5-gallon buckets of copper elbows that I got from a plumbing shop, whole 2 buckets. Took every bit of that for number 1 because I just went right up the road. I took that extra 4 or 5 cents less. I don't care. Tell me what number it is. Hey, do not insult my halfway intellect. You get what I'm saying? I only got a little bit of that. Don't insult that little bit. Stallion's getting serious. Look at him. Hey, boo. Miss you. Cutie pie.
I figured it out, and I had a bunch of sheet aluminum that had tar and nails and stuff, staples stuck in it.
Yeah.
I threw it on my shred. She says, oh, you have to take that over to the dirty aluminum. Dirty aluminum was over there was 3 cents a pound. I said, no, it can come off with the shred.
Yeah. Damn right it can.
I was making more out of it. I felt it as shred than I was the dirty aluminum.
If you're getting more out of shred, there's something wrong with that because I don't know, man. I don't own the yard, I don't live in your area, but there's something wrong with that. That's all I can say. I can say that just because I know.
Oh, this stuff was bad. It was covered in tar.
Well, even iron and aluminum, I mean, you're giving them iron and aluminum. That's why they have that classification. Iron. It doesn't matter if it's dirty because it has tar on it. It's still aluminum. There should just be a lower classification.
It's the only material I have trouble with over here at the yard that pays more. So I just throw it to shred, get rid of it. Otherwise, it's going to be here blowing around in the yard, or I have to, or if I take it to the other place that the guy complains about everything that rolls into his yard, and he just holds everything up and leaves everything jammed up.
I still have all my e-waste. That's awesome. But where do you sell your e-waste at, Miss Canadian Scrapper? Do you have like a place over that pays decent? Well, I know Dan, what they pay where Dan is. But do they pay you decent, or is it all the same category, or can you separate it and get paid better for such and such? That's the thing. A lot of countries don't have that, man. They need it because it's only right, you know.
I think Miss Canadian Scrapper gets a little bit better price because her place is an actual registered salvage yard. So she should get a better price no matter what.
Copper elbow, real copper elbow, is pure copper. It's just like they make it just like they make extruded aluminum, except they do that with copper. I promise you. There is no, unless it's been used, there's going to be nothing on there but copper.
Yeah, because you can touch it and go back and pick up the next day, and the salt on your fingers will have to start turning brown. Yeah. Brand new stuff from the store.
So E-Waste Mike jumped in.
Hi, Mike. How you feeling? Last I heard, he had a slight lung infection.
Well, he just needs to take his time sometimes, man. We all need to take our time once in a while, man. I'm feeling bad. Take a day off or two. It's hard to do. I can't hold still. Look at me. I'm sitting here shaking my head when I'm talking. It's hard to do, but sometimes you need to, you know. Let's play some Toronto. Cool. Good deal.
Oh,
Mike needs a vacation where he ain't doing absolutely nothing for like a month. Don't get mad at me, player. I'm just saying, take a little time off. Or I don't know. I wouldn't say sit and scrap your smalls, because sitting still ain't like the best therapy at all.
he said he's doing better.
Yeah. You guys say there's no days off here, but then when you walk around flip flops, cut half your damn toe off, wondering why, because you didn't take a day off in a hurry. Don't say because the ground moved on you and you tripped. Don't happen that way. I'm not talking about Gulf Coast.
I can't remember who the other scrapper was. I haven't seen him on here in a long time. He was using a grinder cutting steel up and wasn't wearing safety glasses and ended up having to go get part of a disc removed out of his eye.
Hey, but listen, even with glasses on, that happens. I mean, guard on or not, that kind of stuff can happen. You just got to be aware of it and maybe not grind with your face right by the grinder either. If you can't see what you're doing, maybe you should be more careful, I guess.
We best tell Jerry that, because he's got to be close to what he's working so he can see. Till he gets his new glasses.
I saw a video come out of yours like a week ago, Mike. You were in the basement, or I have to think about what the hell it was. It's been about a week. Maybe a little bit more. I don't think so yet. Now you're going to make me look.
Like the last one that I got notified on was when he was taking apart a bunch of, looked like them things he had stashed in the back of his trailer.
Yeah, the receipt things or whatever they were.
Yeah, he was tearing a bunch of them apart.
He did a scrapyard pickup on his last video.
Well, I didn't get notified. I wanted to just go back to where he's at on my list and catch up on the videos again, because I'm not getting my notifications again.
If you're not getting notifications and any YouTuber takes this personal, they can kiss my ass. Go over there and unsubscribe, then resubscribe. Make sure you ring all. Sometimes that's all you have to do. It's that simple. I wasn't getting notifications for Scrapping Irish, and I'm a moderator on his freaking panel, for God's sake. So I had to do the same to him, and he noticed. Who else did I have? I think I had to do it for Mike and Snobby once. One other person. Oh, E-Waste Ben, of all people. Yep. I don't know if you guys noticed this either. Mike the Scrapper's back in. He's going to start putting out more videos. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's one of the OG scrappers, like Moose Scrapper, Ben, from way back in the day. Way back in the day, 2014. That wasn't that long ago. 2013, 2012. But speaking in YouTube terms, that was kind of when it started taking off.
I still find these scrappers to subscribe to every week that I haven't seen before. Some of them you can see got a list of numbers all the way across, and I've never took to see one of their videos.
Yeah, they're out there like there's dumpster divers that I go over on their panels, and they get 200-300 people, maybe more, watching while they go live dumpster diving. Yep. I'll send you one of their links here in a minute when I get off here in your messenger. You're like, damn, he ain't lying. And every one of their live streams eventually has like 5,000 to 10,000 views on a live stream player. And it ain't bought, and you can't bought them views that stay there. Those are people.
I like watching that. Ben Living.
Yeah. Then you know who I'm talking about, then, don't you?
I watch him.
Big Ben.
Yeah. R5.
But you're getting closer.
What's the lady that lives close to her that takes a scrap, that dumpster dives as well?
You got grab it fast,
and then grab it fast. Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, them guys, they get some serious players. They get some serious chats going on over there. 5 to 10 people on panel, and oh yeah,
I just know now, since I forgot her name, and she dives with R5. She's always on R5. Now, when she sees me again, she's going to yell at me because I can't remember her name right at this minute.
I can't remember either, but well, I mean, my bad. You know how many names we know?
Yeah. Right now, I've got just as many people as that I watch as what I have subscribed to me.
Yeah, I don't. I have 900 or something. 32% watch. Yeah, I go into my analytics. 32%. That's kind of low on your own subscriber list, but you know what? Other people have been watching, so I don't feel bad about it at all. I'm over that threshold. I just got 50 hours plus on the last video.
I found Dan about six or 7 months after I started. I've been watching him ever since. K&D?
Oh,
K&D? Dan?
No, he's a good scrapper. He'll show you exactly what he does. You know, the way you should. This is the way he does it. If it's easy for him, he thinks, more than likely it's going to be easy for you as well. That's why he shows you.
I'm still cheap. I have a tripod with a homemade mount in it that I stick my phone in when I take a record with my phone. I got 2 GoPro things that I don't have any way to attach them to anything to take and use them. So then you got tripod sitting here, you're trying to work here. And every time you're trying to turn around with a piece of metal or something, you run into the camera or something like that. Then when you move it back, they say they can't see what you're doing.
You can mount that thing on the ceiling, I guess.
I tried laying it up on top of that toolbox above me, but the dang thing keeps wanting to flip the picture back and forth while it's sitting up there.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what, man? I mean, it's YouTube, and if someone doesn't appreciate you for you and they come to watch your channel for you, then they're not really watching your videos for you. So figure out if they're there for you or if they're there for what you're doing, or if even if it's for hate, hey, give them more reasons to hate, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So with all that being said, you don't have to have extravagant cameras it helps make the video look better, but I'm going to watch anyway. I'll come over and watch just because it's your video. You can sit there the whole time and not say crap, man. And be tinkering with the same thing. I like you. I'm going to watch it. I'm just saying.
Most of the time, if you notice me taking something apart, I got quiet all of a sudden, it's because I'm getting pissed because I can't figure out how to get it apart.
You're messing with them apples, Mike. He's messing with them apples.
Oops.
That's Mike's favorite. Mike loves them Apple computers.
Now it's empty.
What was that, a Dell or an HP?
What?
What was that, a Dell or an HP? Yeah, look.
It was this kind of thing.
A compact? Yeah.
Yeah, compact.
Yeah. All right. That looks like a little bit older one. Did it have a green fiber or what?
You mean what?
The CPU.
Green fiber CPU?
Yeah, it was a green fiber, but it was like a slot card,
Yeah, slot card.
Yeah.
Really?
Some of the older ones that they're made different.
Yeah,
see, where's that?
I have scrapped it already, but
I can tell you
it
about the board.
looked like
that's a Celeron. That one's a Celeron. There's a Pentium 3. It actually have around the outside square right there. It'd be a little bit darker of a shade or a Pentium 2. I mean, I've never seen one of those before. What is that?
What?
I've never seen one of those before. What is that? Yeah, it's almost that's a seller-owned slot processor. People say they don't make seller-owned slot processors. You obviously haven't scrapped out enough computers. They do.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, even US Mike will tell you throw that Apple computer in the shred pile.
I mean, they're rough to take apart.
Pain in the ass. Hey, I have one screwdriver kit from Apple for Apple. Sucks.
Yeah, luckily I have everything here, so it doesn't matter what computer I have to tear apart. So anything goes.
Right. I understand what your point of view is, man. Because see, we have choices over here, man. I ain't gonna lie. I can go buy computers tomorrow if I wanted to for like 30 cents a pound, 35 cents a pound, all day long. I don't have that kind of money, or I would. But yeah, and I mean constantly. You know what I mean? You don't have it like that. I understand, man. I do. I wish you did. I wish everybody did, to be honest with you.
Yeah, really.
So you ain't ribs lately?
No.
I knew I'd get that smile out. There it is.
No ribs yet.
The American ribs.
Yeah. American ribs are the best.
I got 2 full stacks of them about that long, the freezer back there.
What was that on Facebook?
Come on, share us with that.
They haven't been cooked yet. They're just put in the freezer. They're, what do you call it, like a treat every once in a while when I can find them on sale at the store.
Mike, that's not a lot. People pay 45 cents a pound for whole scrap computers over here, 45 cents a pound. There is no getting in the market over here unless you get with a shit junkyard and they don't know about it, which they probably do. They just need the cash or they don't want to keep stockpiling them. It's the only way you're going to get in over here, I guarantee it. 25 cents a pound. I'd love to pay 25 cents a pound. I can afford that. You start adding that extra 10 cents. I can't afford that. See, I told you he got them for $0.25 a pound. Shoot.
Once I was buying PC towers about €6 per PC. Just for scrapping to do something behind that bench, because most of the scrap I have to buy. There is no other options. There are few, but not much.
Now I know I'm not that bright. Well, what's the difference with in an American dollar and a euro?
About 34
let's
cents.
say if I don't know, it's about maybe €1 is €1 and that $1 is maybe $1.07 or something like that. There is not much difference. Not much.
Okay.
Just a little.
Euro rate exchange. I'm looking it up right now. €1 equals 1.21 US dollars. So it went down a little bit.
Yeah, then it went down.
So it's 21 cents extra. Just like Canada. $1 Canadian, 75 cents over here.
Okay.
75.2 or whatever it is.
Oh, I was getting change here last week for getting something to drink, and they gave me a 1931 Canadian penny.
Silver. No, I'm just kidding.
No, pure copper.
Yeah. I'd have gave it back and told him, listen, man, you only gave me 3/4 cent. I want my whole penny, damn it. No. It don't matter over here.
I brought it home and took and throwed it in with my wheat bags.
Yeah. All right, man, I'm gonna get off here. The baby's ready to go to bed, y'all.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys soon, all right?
See you.
I'll leave you running, Bill.
All right. Get that
All right,
little
dude.
one to sleep. Check on the
Later.
other one. Make sure
You
that they
guys later
quit
in the
bleeding.
chat. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate you tolerating me.
Yeah, I have been looking a little bit those American scrapyard prices and stuff like that, and let's say, yeah, I'm quite amazed. Not because of the prices, but you have 1 sextillion different prices for a copper.
Yeah.
Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 65, number 76, number 564. Excuse me. And there is a 2 cents difference, and 3 cents difference, and 2 pennies, and 4 pennies, and 6 pennies, and so on, so on, so on, so on. We have a maximum of 2 prices, and that's it. Nothing else. Same is basically like a aluminum or aluminium, how you call it.
If they have to pay somebody to sit there and feed a machine to take and separate it, because the way they have to pay everybody here is the reason they have to put different prices on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they got the machines here that they run it through, and it takes all the shielding off of it, and turns it into like copper glitter.
Okay.
And somebody has to stand there and feed that machine and untwist all that stuff as they take and feed it in the machine.
Yeah. But we have here 2 aluminium prices. One is the extruded and mixed aluminium, and that's it. Nothing else, you know.
Over here, they got 2 different. It's like extruded, but they call it 6064.
Okay.
Which is windows and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Because they said something about it's just a little bit different of a chemical compound that they use for that stuff than the other aluminum. I could get barrels and barrels and barrels of that sheet, the thin sheet aluminum, because they use it over here to wrap around windows and stuff. They bend it and wrap it around windows and nail it on to keep rotting the windows out. The window frames out. And all these carpenters, have little bitty pieces like this, and they'll just pick it all up and take it and throw it in a bucket and bring it to me. And I can just dump it in a barrel, throw a board over top up to keep the water out of it, and wait a year to take it in and have nothing but a truckload of little bitty pieces of aluminum.
Yeah.
But I have to run a tarp over top of it because its little bitty pieces are so light that I'd lose half the load going to the junkyard. Because it blow out.
Yeah. The first copper is that bare bright, which is the most expensive. Then is the number one. Is a number one that a clean tubing or something like that.
Tubing, like we've got different types of tubing, but there's one over here that I've taken it into the junkyard, and it's lightweight aluminum that they use for race cars for the steering arms and stuff, and they have a different number for it than they do the other stuff. So I get, because they'll have it on the race car, they'll take a bump of wall or something that bends that little aluminum rod that the ends go in, and I guess it's made out of a different type of aluminum. It's more or less it's one solid piece until they mill it down and tap the ends of it.
Okay.
For the part, and I get a different price for it when I take it over. I can't throw it in with the extruded. It has to go in. It has to be set off by itself to go as a different grade. And I don't know that.
Okay, but is there a price differences between extruded aluminium and that aluminium which gonna come out from a cable?
That I don't know.
Because at some scrap yards, I don't know here in Finland, but I do know in Estonia, they are paying from that aluminium that comes out from a cable. It's the most valuable aluminium.
The extruded. That's
No,
brass.
it's that the cable it's not extruded, or maybe it is. I don't know.
Using extrudeds where they just heat it up enough to make it pliable and shove it through a mold to make the
Oh,
shape.
yeah. Okay.
It's just heated up and shoved through a hydraulic mold that it'll take like a square piece of aluminum, and when they push it through, it pushes it all apart, makes the shape of what they're taking and making it for. There's no seams.
Yeah.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go ahead and pour me a glass of tea, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Take care of everything while I'm gone.
I will. No problem with that. Scrapping Crash. Hello. How are you doing, Scrapping Crash? Oh, Romantic is going after some Transformers tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I had 4 microwave transformers here on my workbench, and these were basically the bad ones, because 2 of those transformers were with aluminum coils, and the other 2 was with 1 aluminum and 1 copper coil. For some reason, I'm getting really often those microwaves, which transformers have a primary and secondary windings aluminum, and I'm not liking those microwaves at all anymore. Yeah, probably it's a whiskey. Probably it's a whiskey. But luckily, those transformers, what you can get out from amplifiers and musical appliances, uh, they have nice copper transformers inside. I have so far never seen any copper windings there, so at least that's the good thing. Now and there comes the whiskey. Did you get your whiskey, Phil? Did you get your whiskey, Phil?
I went to get me a glass of iced tea.
Iced tea. Okay.
I drink instant iced tea with artificial sweetener in it because of my blood sugar.
Okay.
I bought 4 of these. It's like a stainless steel thermos, and switch them out about every day, and I'll wash the one that I use to put it back in the drainer. And each one of them probably holds about 40 ounces of tea. And then when I'm out scrapping it, they're stainless steel. They keep the tea cold, and I just take and carry them around with me whenever I go out scrapping. I have something to drink with me.
Yeah, I can only dream about scrapping somewhere outside.
Well, right now, it's getting down to close to the 20s at night. So it's not warming up very much during the day. So,
Okay. In which state do you live?
Illinois, in the U.S.
Oh, it's up there somewhere, I know. Quite north.
I live, it's probably less than 10 minutes from here to the Indiana state line.
Okay.
It's only 3 miles from my driveway to the Wabash River. And on this side's Illinois, and that side's Indiana.
Okay, David Carlisle, thank you for coming in. Bye, and we'll see you next time.
If anybody's come in that I didn't catch when they came in, thank you for coming in, because I was busy talking and wasn't paying attention to the chat. So yell at me if you want to. Our scrapping crash. That's the first time I see her. Yeah, first time I seen him in here because I wasn't paying attention. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, he's in for 10 minutes or so.
I get talking and watching what's going on the screen, and I forget that the chat's running. I gotta get more used to keeping one eye on each one, so I can see who comes in.
What are those things like pop cans? What are
Aluminum?
pop cans?
Aluminum?
Oh, those fizzy drink cans, right?
Yeah, soda cans are aluminum. Oh. Soda cans, beer cans. Over here, just aluminum.
Okay. My friend lives in Arkansas, and he said that he's also collecting those cans, but there is quite a few states that pay you return money on those cans.
Deposits. K&D up where he's at, he gets paid back deposits when he picks up the alcohol containers when he does his street runs. And he can take them alcohol containers back and get paid back from them with the returns that people just threw out. Different states here have like a 5-cent deposit when you buy it, stuff like that. When you turn it back in, you can get the 5 cents back and stuff like that. They used to do that here for the glass soda bottles, 16-ounce soda bottles years ago.
Okay. Just a second. I'm going to show you something. Hopefully chat is interested also.
Sound like he dropped something.
Pop can. One
water bottle
can and a little bottle. So I have here quite a bunch of those soda cans and stuff like that. Not really big bag, but from Finland. This little soda can, it's really little. You can get 15 cents from that. And the next one is a half a liter plastic bottle, and you can get 20 cents from that. I hope you can see that marking over
Yep,
here.
different states here have different stuff that they can take and get the money back products. But
Yeah.
here, soda cans and stuff all just go as aluminum. If you want your plastic recycled, you have to donate it to a plastic recycling place. Like mostly like the Boy Scout camp, they have little places where you take Boy Scouts have places where you drop stuff off and stuff, but you're just donating the bottles and the cans and stuff to them.
Yeah. Okay. And here I have 1.5 liter, which is about a little bit under half a gallon, and you can get 40. It's a little bit foggy, sorry about that, but you can get 40 cents from that plastic bottle. 40 cents.
What's the label on it? What was in it?
What
Like
label?
juice or
What?
the contents? What was in the bottle when they took the salt when the bottle was full?
It's a cola bottle.
Okay, it's just shaped different than what we have around here.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's not the Coca-Cola, but it's like kind of cola drink.
Yeah.
The Coca-Cola is the exact same bottle as you have there, but this is like a Coca-Cola drink.
Well, I know where Ralph Mork lives. The Coke cans there are all metal. They're all aluminum.
That's interesting.
Because he was when he made Gil Skills plaque, he used because Gil drinks Pepsi all the time. He used a bunch of aluminum Pepsi cans to make one of the letters on his plaque.
Oh, okay. The last time when I saw sheet metal, those pop cans, it was maybe about 20 years ago or so. But now it's all aluminum.
Here it's all aluminum. Even the little Vienna sausage containers are aluminum. But they got a plastic liner in them, so they have to be sold as pots and pans.
Yeah.
They even have a grade of aluminum here for nothing but aluminum foil. The pots and pan, like the little pans that are underneath the pies and stuff like that you buy at the store. You gotta stack them up, and put so many of them back. You take them to the junkyard. There's a different grade for that.
No. Good night, K&T Scrapping.
Yeah, he had a full day in his garage today. He's probably pretty close to ready to crawl in bed, go to sleep.
Yeah, I was in his chat about maybe 3.5 hours or so, I guess. And he was really busy busting those electric motors and all kinds of vacuums and dishwasher motors and things like that. He was busting his ass quite a lot.
I got a bunch of electric motors over there to finish, but I do so many of them, and I've already got arthritis in my hands. I'm not that old, but I already got arthritis in my hands. And after cutting for so long, my hands just don't want to take and push no more.
Yeah.
I was 40 years old. They told me I had arthritis in my neck and my hands and my back. I've been taking medication for it ever since.
Yeah. not good.
I thought I had really screwed something up because I couldn't twist my head. I couldn't move my back. I couldn't hardly get in and out of bed. Finally went to the doctor. They told me it was just arthritis.
Yeah.
I get the inflammation built up in my neck, and I have to twist my whole body to turn my head when it gets that bad.
Yeah, that certainly hurts. I know when maybe few times, 3 4 times in a year, sometimes I sleep so bad that when I wake up, it's like my head is welded onto my shoulders, and all I can do is turn my body with my head, and that is so painful. That is really painful.
I've got 6 pillows that I take and use. One of them's one of them that wraps around the back of your head and your neck to try and keep me from turning on my side and sleeping the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then my oxygen compressor quit over the weekend, so I had to call the company and they had to bring me a new one. I have sleep apnea, so I got my BiPAP on one side of me over here, and my oxygen compressor on the other side. Because my oxygen level drops off when I'm sleeping.
Holy crap.
And long time ago, I smoked and I quit smoking. Didn't have any tobacco use for about 6 years. And then got stressed out. Instead of buying cigarettes again, I bought me a can of chewing tobacco. And I think I should have walked away then because now I'm still buying the cans of chewing tobacco.
Yeah, I quit smoking about 2.5 years ago, and now I'm stuck with that vape machine here.
Oh, no. You know how they got me to where I didn't want a cigarette? I ended up in the hospital. They had to put me in a drug-induced coma. And by the time I come out at coma, I didn't even crave a cigarette.
Okay, that's good. I quit because I just couldn't walk up on the hill with my dog anymore. My dog was pulling me up. I was so short in breath, and I was literally down on my knees, and I just said, I cannot walk anymore. I just can't walk. And I threw that cigarette pack right away to the trash bin and quit the same day. Never did any cigarette after. And then those first 2 and 3 days were quite difficult. But my mom had one of those machines, and she gave me there is not any nicotine inside, but it gives you about just the same feeling in your throat when you are, smoking a cigarette, and that helped me to keep away from cigarettes. And now I'm just puffing it a little bit.
But they say that this stuff also has low levels of metals in it. And if you get using one of them too much, you could actually get nickel poisoning.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a pure thing, but it's still better than smoking that tar inside.
My dad never smoked a day in his life, but he was a welder all of his life.
Oh, yeah.
He breathed all that welding smoke, and then when the work that he did right before he retired was welding galvanized. And
Oh,
even though they had the suction fans and everything, then you had to grind off the welds afterwards. He ended up having cancer on his ear from that grinding dust settling on his ear. Had a little cut. He ended up getting cancer. He had to have a notch cut out of his ear.
Yeah.
That
Here
he
in
welded for years.
yeah in Estonia, for example, if I remember correctly, welders, if you have been a welder over 20 years, you can retire at the age of 55.
Dad waited until he was 65.
Okay. Yeah, we had in Estonia, I don't know what is it in Finland, but in Estonia it was 55. Maybe they have risen that a little bit, few years up. I don't know.
The
But
the grain bins that they send all over the world, they got some of them. It's got a orange oval on it that says GSI. The big sticker they put on the outside of them. My dad was welding the big trunking that they set up there for all the conveyor belts to go through to fill the different bins and stuff. Welding all that together.
Gulf Coast is your scrapper. Bye. Thank you for coming in. See you in our next videos and live streams.
Gulf Coast, have a good night. Scrappy Crash. Oh, he's telling Gulf Coast good night.
Yeah. Unbelievable. It's almost 5 a.m. here, and I haven't still went to bed. It's
Why not?
unbelievable.
I've had nights like that.
Because maybe you know that I had a
Surgery.
surgery, and I don't have to go to work this month or this year, and I can stay up late. It's no problem. I can sleep whenever I want.
Plus, when you're hurt, sometimes when you're hurting or something's or aching a little bit, you don't feel like laying down flat to try and rest.
Yeah, I really do feel right now really comfortable. So that scar is healing quite nicely. I can move almost freely, and I don't have to take those heavy pills anymore so much. When I did that live show on my channel, when I talked about going under general anesthesia, you I don't know if you have seen it or not, but I was so high. I was like a drunk. I was tripping around and trying to explain things. And the next morning when I woke up, I was feeling so fantastic. But taking those pills and those painkillers, that's just unbelievable what they are doing with you.
Yeah. I just got through finishing up every year I get an ear infection when the air starts getting cold. That be outside working that cold air and a little bit of moisture, I get an ear infection. And I just finished taking my Oxycontin stuff that they gave me to clear up the infection. I don't know if it's Oxycontin or what it was, but I have to take it to clear up the ear infection, and then I don't have to worry about it unless another ear infection pops up. I have to go back and see the doctor again.
Okay. Right now, I don't know if. Yeah, my left hand here. Maybe now you can see it is a reddish, like here, and it is a little bit yellowish
Tender.
color in the middle. And this was the injection point.
Yeah.
And the second one is up here. The second one is okay, but the first one, where that the anesthesia came in, that part is still a little bit
It will be.
hurting. Yeah, it a little bit hurts, but it's
I
okay. But it was worse. It was dark red
I
after
had a
surgery.
old school doctor one time that couldn't take blood out of my arm. So he started having me make a fist and he started taking that big thing to take blood and shoving it up in the back of my hand. And it
Oof.
hurt so bad and everything. And that one time my whole back of my hand turned purple
Yeah.
because the way he did it and everything. And I went and started seeing another doctor and I refused to let him take blood anymore at his office. So I started taking and making him sign the papers for me to go get my lab work done either at the hospital until I got me another doctor. Now I got this other doctor now, and they got their own lab right there in the doctor's office, and they can take it. By the time they're done, it doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah, right here in Finland, they are, taking some kind of gold pads, no, not gold, like, cold.
Antiseptic pad,
Yeah, something like that. They're gonna wipe it quite quickly. They're gonna inject it, and you are feeling like a tiny mosquito bite or something, just for a fraction of a second, and that's it. That's all
yeah,
you're gonna feel.
it's like a topical numbing pad they
Yeah,
use them over
something like
here.
that. It's like alcohol or something, or it makes your skin quite cold, so you don't basically feel
Yeah,
anything.
I get sunburns every year, and I take and keep witch hazel. It's
Okay.
kind of different from alcohol. Take and put witch hazel on a sunburn, and it soothes the burn and makes the burn go away.
All right.
My grandma
Yeah.
taught me that years and years ago.
Yeah. No, you're probably working quite a lot outside.
I worked on my grandma's farm.
All right. Okay.
Used a tiller when they wanted the garden done, and it took me almost all day to till the garden that they had out there. That was like 2.5 acres of nothing but the garden that they planted. I had to go out there, had to till it one way and then till it the other way and till it the other way. And I was so burnt. It was like 102 outside. I was so burnt that I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, it hurts when if you are so burnt. Only thing you can do is standing upright, because you cannot lie down. Your back is burned, all your sides and your stomach, everything is
Well,
burned.
even my head was burnt.
Hmm. So you can't stick your head into a pillow.
But told me to go in, stand in the shower. Had a gallon bottle of witch hazel that she took and bought that she always kept for the farm and stuff. And she took and just had me stand there and poured it over my back. And it
Okay.
instant cooling. It was like stepping into an air conditioner.
Wow. Nice.
And she put it on me that one time. I went in and laid down, left it on me wet, went in and laid down and slept the entire night. Got up the next morning and I never even peeled from the sunburn.
Yeah. I remember once, it was, oh my God, maybe 15 years ago or something like that. I got a sunburn on my back because I was working outside at a hot summer day. It was enough just to get sunburn in a few hours, I remember. And I didn't have anything to relieve that pain on my back. And at night when I went to bed, it was kind of okay. But in the middle of the night, it was feeling like you are inside the oven, and you cannot do anything about it. It doesn't matter if you are lying on your stomach or on your back; it hurts the same way.
Or get up the next day and try and put a cotton T-shirt over a sunburn. It's like wrapping sandpaper on your body.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that. Yeah. And if you have to, if you're sweating in it and you're gonna try to take it off, it's like a damn cactus. It will not come off.
Yeah.
Or it comes off and you have to immediately change your underwear because you have peed in it. It hurts so much.
Yeah. I learned from a young age when I out there on the farm, if Grandma came out and asked what everybody wanted for supper, to keep my mouth shut.
Okay, what was it?
Well, on her farm, if you wanted fried chicken for supper, you fed the chickens in the morning and collected the eggs. But if you were dumb enough to say you wanted fried chicken for supper, you had to go out and take out the chicken and pluck it and everything, wash it all down and bring it in before she'd cook it.
Oh, clever, really clever.
If you wanted apple cobbler with supper, she'd hand you a paring knife and show you where the bucket of apples is.
Okay, that's interesting.
You can go out there, you can work on her farm for 9 hours, and she'd ask you what supper was. Your work wasn't done yet. Because if you wanted something like that, you'd have to take and prepare it so she could cook it.
All right. Yeah, I probably gonna starve then. Because I cannot kill chicken, and
I've done it. Worked with my father at a fur bearer's shack. When they go out, like the hunters go out and shoot coon and stuff like that, and they'd bring it in. They'd buy it for the skins, but they'd buy them whole. And my dad would skin them, and I would have to package everything up and move the barrels around and everything like that. The innards barrels, I'd have to put them in the cooler until the truck could come and get them and haul them away. Any of the carcasses that were still pliable enough that people would actually buy them and eat it had to be in a bag and wrote on it and tagged with a date and everything and put in the freezer. It helped him for like 10 winters doing that.
wow.
Because trapping and hunting seasons here only come in the winter months. So I helped do that. There was like 15 people that worked in that building, and half of them didn't do anything but process hides.
Okay. I have been maybe total of 10 times, let's say roughly 10 times, when my local farmers there in Estonia have killed pigs.
Yeah.
But always when we were killing those pigs there, I wasn't killed any pigs. I was, just helping to catch and hang up those pigs over there, foot upwards.
To hang them.
And hang them so the head is downstairs, and we were always drunk when we did that because with the sober head you just cannot do that. You cannot uh, hold on that pig uh, who is screaming, and the next thing you're gonna see, they're gonna put that knife in that
Yeah.
pig's throat, and that's a little bit gross. But if you're drunk and you're holding on and you're looking away, you can still hear those screams, but it's not that awful. And then when that blood is coming out, he will wiggle there maybe a minute or so, and
Yeah.
they're just gonna cut it open with the axe, and all those intestines they're just gonna flushing out, and that's it.
I grew up around that stuff on the farms and everything. So
Yeah.
the first thing my grandpa ever taught me, he goes, I know, because he said to never name any of the animals because you never know when you're going to be eating that animal for supper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Never give them pet names or anything like that because you never know when you're going to have to eat it. That's
Yeah,
how my grandpa raised us.
yeah, and if you're thinking about that, if you're putting, if you're naming a pig, let's say, I don't know, Fluffy or Piggy or something like that, um, it's gonna be like your pig because you're calling him. He thinks he's your friend, and you're his friend, and the next day you have to
Yep.
hang him and kill him and eat for a supper. Yeah,
Me,
that's really a bad thing.
me being a smart butt, I looked over at my grandpa. I said, "Yeah, I named that one over there." He said, "Well, what'd you name it?" I said, "Food."
Okay.
I'll let that one slip.
Street Copper 11. Hello, sir. How are you? E-Waste Dylan is in. Hello. Hello,
Hello,
E-Waste Dylan.
Dylan. Uh, he's been getting some pretty good pickups lately. I think the last one I seen, he had 2 or 3 rooftop AC units that he took and hauled in. E-Waste Dylan did.
I have one AC unit. It's a mobile AC unit. It runs on wheels.
Yeah.
And I have it in my back car. One of my friend put it in there. But right now I cannot lift it
To
out
get it
from
out.
there. But yeah, because I cannot lift right now. Maybe it's really heavy. It weighs about maybe 30 pounds or so. But it's right now it's a little bit too much to me to lift.
I have learned the new ones that come out that look like humidifiers that you just run the tube out the window.
Yeah.
You take the plastic covers off because most of the time what's wrong with them is the back of them where the air flows through from the back gets clogged up with dust and lint and stuff like that, and it won't operate right. You clean that off and put it back together. Most of the time they'll take and start working again.
Hopefully, no, it haven't tested yet, but maybe this coming weekend I'm able to bring it into my room here, and I'm gonna test it. Does it work or not? If it works, I can ask about 150 euros for that. No problem.
I had one here a while back and they said it quit working. I took it, brought it home, and it was one of the old fashioned ones with the off and on switch, and where you turn it to turn the cool up and down. The off and on switch had took and went bad in it. I took the switch out of something else, had the same amount of wires and everything, and hooked the dang thing up, and it started working.
Okay.
I said
That's
it can't
cool.
no more. It can't no more than short out and pop and crack when you try and hook it up.
There is something wrong with my lights over here. What is that?
Is it getting cold in there?
No, not exactly. I'm gonna. There is that old cheap dimmer. I,
Ah,
I think that is not working properly because it must dim all the way down to the when you know all the lights are off, but it doesn't do that. So I'm switching to my studio light here. These a little bit better one. So I can pull this one off and put it down here somewhere.
sometimes the portable dimmers like that, they get hot. Then you got to unplug them, let them cool down.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess my dog went in to take me see what my dad was doing. But I don't see him nowhere.
Maybe
He may,
sleeping.
well, my dog, he'll come in here, he'll sleep in here for a while, then he'll go in there and he'll crawl to the foot of dad's bed and sleep for a while. Then he'll go in there in his chair in the other room. He's got his own chair. He'll sleep in it for a while. There he is. He just came back. Your whiskers are wet. You was getting a drink, wasn't you? Rubble trouble. I don't know if you know the cartoon. Oh, I can't remember what it is. It's got all the dogs on it. American cartoon, I think it is. What my little nephew? I told him he could name the puppy because the puppy was supposed to be his.
Hmm.
But his mom said he couldn't keep it because the puppy was too hyper.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'll get him trained down and everything. And he won't be so hyper.
Well, yeah, my dog has passed away, but I have to go after my new dog next year, in the beginning of the next year, and then I have a dog again.
Oh, I've had about 8 or 9 of them. He's the only one I've ever had from a puppy.
Okay.
The others were all adopted because nobody wanted them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the adopted dog also.
The
He's
first,
he's 8 years old, but he's moving like 2 years old.
the first one
Really.
I took and picked up was the people were moving out of the house, and this little dog, they just left it out on their enclosed back porch all of its life. It was had fur all matted together and everything. It needed a bath. I cleaned it all up and everything, and took care of it for the last 6 or 7 years of its life. And then I got another one for the same way. They didn't take care of it. It needed a home. I had to do the same thing, sit there, cut all the mats out of its hair and everything. Long haired dogs. Now I got 2 short haired dogs where I don't have to worry about the fur matting up, but they still got to have a bath about once a week.
Okay. Yeah.
The older dog that stays outside most of the time, he still gets a bath about once a month, but he doesn't take give me any problems about giving him a bath. He'll lay down in the tub and take a bath. This dog here, man, he'll try to claw me to death every time he takes and feels the water hitting him. And now he's taking a walking all over my coat and my pillows, trying to make a place to lay down again.
Yeah.
You found it? You found the comfortable spot. All right.
Yeah. These are the dogs.
It's the same place he was in 2 hours ago, but yet he had to walk around 10 times to find that to get that spot back where he wanted it.
My
It can be like that.
my recent dog was like a when I wasn't at home. She was lying on her bed on her pillows. But when I accidentally left few sandwiches on the plate or something like that, they were gone. They were gone, even if that plate with those sandwiches were on my bed next to my pillow. She came into my bed, ate my sandwiches, and left. And she left. It doesn't matter actually what kind of food I was on the bed. She always cleaned everything. She didn't leave anything to me. And she didn't touch her food. Not at all. She wanted what I eat or what I ate.
I actually buy him Vienna sausages as treats.
Okay.
They're only like 59 cents a can. I buy the entire flat. And they don't cost that much. They're actually cheaper than buying a bag of dog treats. Dog treats here for one bag of dog treats, rawhide treats or something, is $22 to $25
Wow.
for doggy treats.
You mean those doggy biscuits, little uh, dry dog food, right?
Well, it's like beef jerky treats.
Oh, yeah. Okay, they are treats. Yeah.
Or even the little thing is for dogs, it's little pieces of hot dogs. It looks like a Vienna sausage. They still cost you more than the Vienna sausages do.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm
my
paying
dog was.
for 9 cans in a flat of canned dog food, 12-ounce dog food cans. I'm paying close to $10 for 9 cans of food. I have to buy 2 to 3 flats a month.
Okay.
Dog food here is like gone outrageous on price.
Scrapping trash. Good night. Good night. Thank you for stepping by. See you in our next videos and live shows. Yeah, my dog was like a little prima donna. When I was making, let's say, beef jerky and potatoes and mixing with some salads and cold sauce, I was putting all those same ingredients to my dog's pot, and I was mixing that all those things nicely with those dry dog biscuits, dog food, regular dog food. She didn't like it. She wanted that food, what was on my plate.
Yeah, a lot of the times now you can take a cook for cooking for 2 people,
Yeah.
and you eat and your dog eat for less than what you can go out and buy their food for.
Yep, that's correct. That's correct.
And yet we have trucks around here that go around and pick up the grocery stores where they take and process the meat to sell you at the store. That's so high. And the trucks that pick up the leftovers, the cutoff pieces and everything, they dump them in like a garbage truck and take them back to a factory and cook them down and process them to make the dog food.
Yeah. Basically,
They
yeah.
sell the dog food 3 times higher.
Yep. Kind of like that.
And by God, I had one old man, they had a one of them trucks that was loaded down. It was a 100-degree day, and they had a flat tire at the tire shop. And had one of this old man out there had to go out there and change the tire on that truck in that parking lot. And, oh God, that whole place smelled like meat decaying and everything else. They couldn't get that tire changed fast enough to get that truck out of there.
No, my goodness. Here in Finland, we have those bio trucks. They are refrigerated.
Yeah.
And also those dumpsters where we put those bio leftovers or food leftovers. They are also refrigerated, so they don't smell at the summer times.
It's not the fact that it smells from the store, because the store puts it in a scrap cooler.
Yeah.
They're steel trucks in 100-degree heat. They just take the cans out, dump it in the truck, and then they drive from store to store to store to store to store and fill that truck up, dumping all of them in that 100-degree heat, and then have one of the trucks break down with all that stuff inside of it in the 100-degree heat.
That's disgusting. Kevin McGrath, hello. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, Kevin.
It's funny. I'm running the StreamYard and the YouTube at the same time, and the YouTube shows up first, those comments, than here in the StreamYard for some reason. I don't know why.
StreamYard's a lot of the time has a lag to it. Or there's a slight lag in it. They can't keep up with each other.
Yeah. What time is it there, Kevin? It's 5:20 a.m. here in Finland, and I haven't got to sleep yet.
9:19.
It's 9:19 p.m., right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I usually don't go to bed until about 1. And I'm back up around 7.
Okay. Yeah. Usually, when I have to go to work, then I'm up already and taking a shower, and about 6 a.m. I have to drive to work.
Well, I come home last week. I couldn't wait to climb in that shower. I went. They called me to come pick up a refrigerator, and it was at a rental house that the people had took and left. Got the power turned off, and they left. And they replaced the refrigerator because they left everything in the refrigerator for half the summer.
Holy crap!
I took a went in there. He said that the refrigerator still had stuff in it. I walked right back outdoor, grabbed the Gorilla tape, slid the refrigerator out, took and wrapped that tape all the way around that refrigerator as many times as I could get it, and down the seal. Took it straight out, put it on the trailer. The tape never come off of it when I took it to the junkyard.
Wow.
There was no way I was going to try and break anything down on it. The only thing I did was cut the cord off of it.
Yeah, maybe compressors go also, but if they stink so much, then no go at all.
I've gone into people's houses. They say, "Oh, my house is beautifully clean. I clean it every day." Pull a refrigerator out. There's 10 dustpans full of animal hair and dirt and everything else underneath the refrigerator.
Holy crap.
The cook stove. And I said, "You do know that they put wheels on these so you can slide them straight out to clean behind them and around them about once every 2 or 3 months." But people think their houses are so clean and nice and everything. But the refrigerators and stuff, they never slide them back out to take and clean under them.
Yeah, I have seen blown off the microwaves quite a lot. Uh, they are not using that cap or that plastic cover when they are spinning that food over there, and uh, quite often the food is gonna explode, and they are not cleaning that off. They are just leaving that.
Stuck inside the microwave.
Yeah, yeah, and all that grease and stuff and those smells, are coming off from there. When I'm, picking up some microwaves just for fun, just for a scrap,
And
And when I'm opening that door and that grease is kind of like dripping out from there, and that's just so gross. I'm gonna smash that door back in, and I'm gonna throw it outside, basically. I'm not gonna scrap those
what's
things.
and what and you do dishes every day. What is it? It takes what 30 seconds to pull the tray out of a microwave, take a hot wash rag, wipe it all down a couple of times to get the grease and stuff out of it to wash the
Uh,
microwave out. It's not hard.
yeah, it's not hard. Or if you wanna avoid that, put that plastic cover on, and that's it. Your microwave stays clean all the time.
Or
Only thing you have to do is wash that plastic cup and that glass ware that's down there spinning. That's
yeah,
all you have to do.
I've
That's
actually
easy.
also took and laid saran wrap across the top of the bowl to keep it from popping stuff out of it.
No,
That works,
yeah,
and it doesn't melt.
yeah.
Even
Seen a
you
lot of gross things.
you put a bag of popcorn in the microwave. How the end of that opens a little bit, all that butter steam comes out and it sticks all over the inside of the microwave. And it doesn't take nothing to pull that tray out, put the tray in the hot water, get the rag with the scalding hot water out of the sink, and wipe the inside of the microwave down about 3 times. Rinse the rag out, wipe it down, rinse the rag out, wipe it down, and you get all the grease out of the microwave.
Yeah, yeah. It's easy.
I went to a friend's house one time and they said that they told me they just got done doing the dishes, nothing to eat. Turned the spoon around backwards and you can see the green where the food was still in the heel of the spoon.
Yeah.
I went over to the top of his refrigerator, grabbed a plastic spoon out of a box, and took and ate with it. So I said, when you do dishes, you don't just wash the part you eat off of. You got to wash the handle too.
Yeah, you have to do that.
After that, his wife throw a fit because I took and said something about that because she said that's extra work having to take and wash the handle of the spoon. So you take the wash rag, you put it up here with your fingers at the end. You take and drag the wash rag the dish rag all the way down it after soaking it in hot water and make sure it's clean. How's that hard?
Yeah, it's not hard at all.
Take the time to turn that spoon over and look at it, make sure you got everything off of it. You try to poison somebody by not cleaning your dishes all the way? Took cook stoves to where you pull the cook stove out because they're getting rid of the old cook stove, and your gloves are so slick for putting your hand behind the back of the stove to try and slide it out to take it out of the house. And then you get the back of it slid out, and both sides of the stove, in between where the cabinet was, are nothing but grease drippings.
Yeah.
And they wonder
correct.
why the stove quit working.
There was quite many years ago when I was electrician in Estonia, one restaurant was wondering why their 380 volt. It's a which in English. Uh,
Like their
It is
fryer.
no, it's a free phase connector.
Yeah.
It's hermetically sealed and it sits on the wall, and you can plug that put that thing in
The
the
plug.
plug. Yeah, plug that free phase plug, and that part on the wall which is hermetically sealed. Uh, we were wondering how uh, rice, cabbage, and meatballs gonna get into that thing. That's basically like impossible. But they are, cooking there so hard. Also, it was full of grease, and that stove little bit moved there, and that stove was on that uh, thing on the wall, and there at some point that there was a little gap and all that grease and stuff went in, and that caused
Short.
yeah, shorts. And at first when you're looking at it, it's firm and it doesn't move and stuff like that, but if you're pushing a little bit harder, there's is coming a little gap between those things, and we were wondering, oh my god. And when we pulled that stove off, oh my goodness, there was a whole menu behind that stove, whole freaking menu. There was literally everything. It was a mouse party, it was a rat party behind that stove. That was just unbelievable. And that was the first thing in the morning we had to do. And basically, it was the last thing. We had three more places to go, but we couldn't because our hands, all our clothes, our tools were so greasy. It took us half a day to get our, uh, things cleaned out and change clothes. We had to take a bath or a shower or something like that, and that was so gross. That was the first and the last time when we touched anything like that. Next time we said that there was a few times when same things happened, that those places were so dirty. We asked that the restaurant owner, now you are calling those cleaner guys, they're gonna clean up everything, then we're gonna do our work, because it's like working in a damn sewers.
Yeah.
And that's gross. That's gross. Si-
When I was a certain age, that was one of the family businesses my grandfather had. You had to go there, dig up the septic tank, pull the lid off of it, put the big spoon down in there, stir up, break it all up, suck it out into the truck, into the tank on the truck. And then whatever was left at the bottom, we had a ladder that was about that wide. And you had to go down that ladder with waders on it, go down there, take shovels and scoop the solid stuff off the bottom into a bucket, and he pulled up with the rope and put it on the truck. Then they had another truck that came in that put water in it and put chemical in the septic tank to help it start breaking down stuff again and taking all the stuff away. $500 a septic tank.
wow.
We
Okay.
were 14 and 15 years old and getting paid by my grandfather to go down there and clean them tanks out.
Yeah. We had a in Estonia, and basically here in the northern Europe, and in Russia, it's very popular. If you have those summer houses, and outside, let's say this is your summer house wall, outside wall, and right down here at the level of the soil, or a little bit deeper, there is a bathtub underneath. Half of that is outside of that house, and the other half is inside, where that dry toilet is.
Yeah.
And every year, 2 times, the capacity is about maybe 300 liters or so. Let's say about 100 gallons. And 2 times in a year, you have to either call that pump machine, or if you don't have that money, you can scoop it out manually and take it, put it in the buckets and take it to the woods or somewhere to your neighbor's territory. And that was, yeah, a little bit gross. If you were doing it in a late autumn or in early winter, the smell wasn't that bad. But if you had to do it uh, in the summer, there was a lot of those bugs and those things swimming around in that dump. That was really gross. But you got used to it, and you had to do only 2 times in a year that thing. But if you want to call that septic machine, there you have to pay. Right now you have to pay about 60 euros, but back then, about 15, 20 years ago, you had to pay about 400 crowns or something like that.
There was
So
one that my father had to go do, and it was a hotel. They said they dug up the septic tank, took the lid off of it, and the reason that the septic tank was backing up into the hotel because the tank was so full of condoms that they had to pretty much scoop the top 4 feet off of it.
oh my goodness.
And it was backing it back up into the hotel. They had to stake a sewer snake and push everything out into the tank to get it functioning right.
Yeah, people are flushing everything. They are just flushing everything.
After that, they took and put a sign up that told them to stop flushing that stuff down the toilet. Remember one time my dad going up there, they opened the septic tank and that dad looks over, looks down at it, and says, "Looky there, there's a cracker in there that's not even broke." The owner of the place comes over, sticks his head over the septic tank to look in and says, "Where?" With that gas coming up out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of comical at the time, but all the small towns around where we lived all had septic systems. They didn't have any city works in them little towns. So there was
Yeah.
always places that needed it done. And then all we had to do when we went to empty it, we just came back and took it out to the city works and just paid so much a load to dump it. And then they'd put it in the digesters out there, break it down. And then you go out there to the city works place and they'd have garden dirt, black garden dirt over the pile. And people would come back out there and buy it. and take it back to their house to put on their lawns and their gardens to refertile, to have their gardens fertile, and not even know that had came from their house probably 7 or 8 months before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you go out there, they'd have the digesters out there and everything, and then they'd take and dump that stuff all out, let it all dry out. And then the summertime, there'd be tomato plants growing out of it and everything like that. People say, well, you guys are growing tomatoes out there. Why don't you eat them?
Yeah. But there in Estonia, I remember that those septic tanks, they can suck in maybe 6 or 7 households. Those little bathtubs, and they can basically go to a government's fields, then spread that
Fertilizer.
fertilizer everywhere. Then at some point, the tractor gonna cultivate it, all that land. It's gonna be really rich in the fertilizer, and they are gonna suck other houses empty, and it's a really good business actually, because you're earning a tremendous amount of money from that, because people nowadays they're like such a prima donnas. They're not gonna do it manually anymore. They're calling that septic tank back to your yard, and they're gonna suck it. They're gonna suck all that dump out from there, and that's it basically.
Back before they had all that stuff about the bad logos and everything, I remember when one of the trucks that my grandpa had, he says, we'll clean your tank and give you no crap. It was right there on the truck.
Okay, cool.
I mean, my grandpa got to where instead of going out and buying them expensive tanks and stuff, he'd go buy these giant tanks and stuff and take and convert them over and take and make his own tanks. You go to the junkyard, buy a giant tank, and make sure that it's so thick, and he'd take and do everything and make his own tanks out of it. He'd take and put them on big wooden skids or steel skids. You could take a 1-ton dump truck, hook onto it, pick it up off the ground, suck it up onto the flatbed truck, chain it down, use it when you needed to use it, and then you just, when you empty the tank, I think you take it home, slide it back off the truck with the tip the bed, dump it back off on the blocks where it was until somebody called again, and you didn't have to have a separate truck just sitting there waiting all the time.
Yeah, that's correct.
You can put a 500 or 600 gallon tank on it.
Wow, nice, quite big. I was just wondering, if you got that dump tank full, you're gonna call that septic truck. They're gonna take your dump. They're gonna take your money. Then, let's say half a year later, you're gonna buy that fertilizer back again.
Yeah.
That's a really profitable business,
But my grandpa usually had a pickup truck, a 2 or 3 1 and 2 ton dump trucks, flatbed, like old grain trucks, farm trucks, and everything. And he had the trash route, the trash removal business, and everything. Whenever he got scrap metal, it went into a different pile to where he could take it in later on, But he had the trash business. He could pick up all the trash, get paid for that. And then he had those tanks set there where he could pull one of them up on the truck, take the sides off, pull one up on the truck, go do that job. So he had 3 or 4 different businesses going there at the same time.
Yeah.
And worked for himself. He bought, but my dad was a young kid. They bought a 2-room house, and by the time they were all out, we were all grown up there. I think they still had the same house, but by then it was a 3-bedroom house with a working bathroom, kitchen, and everything in it.
Really good.
They had to go get a building one time. They said they needed the building removed or it had to be torn down. They took chainsaw, cut through the walls, jacked the house up, set boards across an old truck and everything, beams across an old truck, and they drove that building across town. He put it in his back, put it out in his yard, and used it for a shop.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
It's getting later here, and I'm pretty sure you're getting tired. And I know I've got to get up a little early tomorrow, so I'm going to get ready to shut this down and get ready to climb myself in bed. I have my new oxygen compressor tonight. I went 2 nights without it because it went out on a Friday night, and I didn't want to bother the people that that are off for the weekend to have to go into work to deliver a new one. So I went 2 nights without the oxygen. Now I get to sleep good tonight with the oxygen for the first time. With the new pump, I got to see how it works.
Yeah.
New compressor. First, I got to get my dog on his side of the bed before I could lay down.
Yeah, you have to make some room for yourself there.
Well, right now he's on top of my coat. He's not laying on my blankets or my pillows. He's got my coat.
Okay.
I took my coat off when I came in, and I tossed it over there, and he curled up and laid down in the middle of my coat. I learned that from my grandfather too. He used to take his dogs coon hunting. One of the dogs didn't come back. He'd take his coat off and lay it on the side of the field, side of the woods right there. Come back early the next morning, that dog would be curled up on that coat because it smelled like him asleep.
Yeah.
And all he'd have to do is go back and pick up the dog.
Yeah. Dogs do that kind of thing.
But that's where he's curled up on my coat.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thank you, Phil. And if we have anyone left in the chat, thank you, chat. And yeah, it was nice talking with you. And see you in the next time.
All right. Kevin, everybody, if you're still on here, I will do another live here soon. I'll catch everybody later.
Yes. Thank you, Phil, and take care.
Estonian, you keep healing up.
Yeah, I will. Thank you so much.
All right. Night, everyone.
Yep. Bye, my friend. Bye.